I found that when I turned 26, I lost the ability to dress myself. I don't really understand what season this outfit is for, but I'm weirdly into it. Fashion show, fashion show, fashion show at lunch. Except for it's breakfast time. Because maybe she's a little crazy, but also maybe she has her life together. Are these Birkenstock clog things like really back in style? I wore these in middle school. Ironically, I now own a dog that looks just like this, but with a different man. I don't have pants. It was a terrible time. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a solution to share with you, and it is a solution that I've been working on for the past 2 to 3 years. And I know what you're thinking, Morgan, what's the problem? Because if there's a solution, there must be a problem. And the problem is that I have nothing to wear. And the problem also is that this dog is asleep at 9 a.m. and that he sleeps at most other AM times and PM times, and he doesn't have to pay rent, and I have to pay rent. And that's a problem. Not the problem that I have the solution for. The problem is that when I entered my late 20s, I no longer had anything to wear, and that's a lie. I'm a liar. I had things to wear. I just hate them all. Hated. I don't hate them all anymore because I have the solution. But yeah, I found that when I turned 26, I lost the ability to dress myself. And I've learned that this isn't a totally uncommon thing in your late 20s. However, if you're like me and you are in your late 20s on August 15th at 9:05 a.m., then that means that we entered our late 20s during the pandemic. So pre-pandemic, we're 23, 24, we're bright, shiny, and new. Pandemic hits, followed by panic, weird grocery shopping habits, relief that I don't have to leave my home, Tiger King, panic that for some reason we're all watching a show called Tiger King that isn't a spin-off of a beloved Disney classic, human hibernation, a lot of bread experimentation, and then finally returning to society. And by the time we reached that last stage, I was 26. First time I went out to a bar after the pandemic, in my skinny jeans, I was getting side-eye from girls wearing baggy, low-rise pants, and something called cottagecore was in style, and I no longer knew how to look fashionable, and it was a crisis comparable to the worldwide crisis that we all just endured. No, but it was a personal one, and it was important. I went out to stores, I tried on wide leg pants, I tried on straight leg pants, I tried on pants with lots of holes in them, I tried on pants with no holes in them, I tried on pants in weird colors. None of them looked good on me. It was like we've made it through the worst of the pandemic and now I don't have pants. It was a terrible time. What ended up happening was that I panic bought clothing that was trendy and I didn't actually like it. And so I wore it once or twice. I looked at pictures of myself and I was like, oh my God, why did nobody tell me that this was a huge mistake? And then I never wore the clothes again and they sat in my closet. And that happened several times because this was the first time in so long that I was really reinventing my style. Because not only was I trying to adapt to the new styles that were out there, but I was also trying to figure out what is late 20s Morgan's style. That was kind of a mouthful, but we're gonna leave it. You know, you reach this point in your 20s where you don't want to dress like you're 22, but you also don't want to dress like you're 30. And it's like, what is that? And I can tell you that no one knows the answer to that, which is highly frustrating when you base your opinions on what the internet tells you, which is an unhealthy thing and is an entirely other video and probably a therapy session. The point is, I was ending up with all these clothes that I wasn't wearing. It wasn't sustainable. It wasn't making me happy. And I was like, we got to get a handle on this. I created the system, which I now call my biannual wardrobe reset. I'm pretty sure biannual means I do it twice a year, not every other year, but if that is the case, just pretend that it's not. So now my biannual wardrobe reset is something that I do twice a year, as we just covered, and the goal of it is to make my shopping more intentional and to create a wardrobe that I feel is age appropriate, that is made up of quality clothes that I'm going to keep and love and feel confident in for a long time. So the first thing that I do as part of this reset is a closet audit. And there's 2 goals to the audit. One, to remind me what I'm looking for when I'm shopping for new clothes, remind me what silhouettes I love, what colors I love on myself, all of that good stuff. That way I'm not gravitating towards trendy things and buying things that aren't a good fit for me in the long term. And then 2, it serves as a way for me to identify things that no longer serve me, clothing items I no longer need, that I'm ready to pass on to a new home so that I can free up some space in my closet and feel less cluttered. And then I actually did a whole video on my closet audit process, so if you want to see the details of that, definitely go check that out. Don't check it out right now because I want you to watch this video, but like add it to your watch list, you know? save it for later. And then the second step of my reset is to create a mood board. Third step is to try to create outfits on my mood board from what's already in my closet. And fourth step is to create my wish list and actually start shopping. So I'm gonna take you along for all of those steps today, but we are gonna start out first with the closet audit. So let's get into it. I keep all of my fall winter clothes in bags under my bed, like the big sweaters and stuff, all the shit I don't need during the summer. So first step is getting those out so we can figure out what I still like in them and what I do not like in them. And it's also fun to see what else is gathered under my bed as I dig them out of here. Goose's ball, pair of socks, another Goose's ball.
Are you happy that you found your balls under the bed, pal?
One bag, and then, man, where's the other bag? You know what, I gotta go around the other side. Okay, bag number 2. So I think what I'm gonna do is take everything out of here and just do a really quick gut check of like yes or no, and then the things that are maybes, I'm gonna try them on and see how we feel about things. Okay, so of everything in that bag, these are the keeps. I know this sweater looks wacky, but it's just turned inside out. It's a Christmas sweater. These are the absolute no's. There's only 3 of them. And these are the maybes. So let's do a little fashion show. Fashion show, fashion show, fashion show at lunch. So for it's breakfast time. If you know that reference, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Watch more TV. So first we've got this sweater. My hair got majorly effed up when I put this sweater on, and that's gonna keep happening. So just get used to my hair looking disheveled. That's the look for right now. Okay, this one's just silly because it's a Christmas sweater. Obviously, a dog wouldn't wear a hat like this just for fun. Door in the shot? Oh my god, rude. Okay, the clip is finally coming out. Not really sure how the neck of this sweater works. I think it's a bare shoulder situation. I really love this color on me, this like coppery brown situation. Also my mirror's right here. I don't think you can see it, but if you see me talking to the wall, it's not the wall, it's myself in a reflection. Pattern is like a little bit crazy to me. I feel like I'm looking at television static. I think I'm leaning towards no on this one. But the issue with the sweater is I think the style is just kind of weird. Sleeves are 3/4 length. 1/4 length sleeves have been giving me the ick since I was 5 years old. You can barely hold them when you put on a coat, and then they end up scrunched up like this in the coat, and it's one of the most uncomfortable feelings I've ever felt in my whole life. Again, the 3/4 length sleeves, I don't know why I apparently have 2 in a row when they're a thing I don't like. I think this sweater would be good if it was shorter. I don't know that you can tailor a sweater to make it shorter like that. That seems like things would unravel, quite literally. My college boyfriend's mom made this for me. Ironically, I now own a dog that looks just like this, but with a different man. I don't know, now that I'm looking at it, it looks kind of classy, but I honestly don't know where I would wear it. Like, is this a cute outfit? I've thought about getting rid of the skirt every year for the past 3 years. It's a tad big on me. It just feels a little boring to me. So I haven't gotten rid of it because it reminds me of Goose, but kind of a weird size. And it was given to me by my ex-boyfriend's mom. So maybe I need like a black and white striped sweater and get this tailored. My gut says this is a giveaway one, but you guys let me know what you think, because I'm probably not going to actually give anything away until after this video is posted, so it could influence my decision. I don't like the term influencer, but in this situation you would think that I'm the influencer and you are the influencee, but we have turned the tables. Oh, how the turntables. Another reference where if you know, you know, if you don't, watch more TV. Okay, I'm also going to put on some outfits that I know I really, really love so that we can fully appreciate why I really, really love them. Okay, I thrifted basically this whole outfit last year. Shoes, skirt, top, thrifted. It's one of my favorite fall outfits. Like, I love a plaid skirt. It gives Gossip Girl, it gives New England, gives maybe she's a little crazy, but also maybe she has her life together. And this sweater is in this like deep tan color that I think looks really good on me. Not everyone wants to go to Yale because not everyone wants to be Blair Waldorf. Again, if you know, you know. If you don't, watch more TV. This is another one I really like. I had this sweater since I was in college. Seen some things. It's been through things. And also looks good, so it's got a lot going for it. This coat I thrifted last year. One of my best thrifted finds. My favorite camel tan color, pockets. And like, what else do you really need in a coat? I think one thing I would love to try this year is a plaid overcoat like this. That may get added to the wish list. Having a plaid one would be good for my days where just feel like having a little more fun. All right, this is the last outfit I'm gonna show you guys because I don't want you to get bored. But I wore this outfit on repeat last December. Thrifted both the sweater and the leggings. I just love this silhouette on me. I think the combo of the leggings and the combat boots just make my legs look a million miles long. And this is also very practical. I can layer other leggings underneath to make it warmer. I can layer a shirt underneath. I can layer a jacket over top. And I can walk around wintertime Chicago all day with a small break in between to get coffee and warm up my fingers. But this was the only legging outfit I had last year, so I think adding another sweater or something else in the mix would be good so I can mix it up. All right, closet audit done. I've determined which pieces of clothing I don't really like that much anymore, why I don't like them, and also determined the outfits that I do really love and why I'm super into them. I then went ahead and took those notes out of my brain and put them onto virtual paper. In my Notion, I wrote down what I find flattering in certain pieces of clothing, what I find unflattering. I also added a section where I put my color palette for the season. So I just went into Canva and made a few color swatches of the colors I noticed I was feeling really good in, so that I can keep those in mind when I'm shopping and not gravitate towards weird, unflattering colors just because they're trendy or it's what the store is trying to sell to me at the time. Now, you can organize your stuff however you want. You can write things down in a notebook. You can do it in your phone. I really like Notion. It helps keep me organized. If this is something that works for your brain as well, if you would like to have this virtual closet, I did make a Notion template for you guys. If you're interested in that, definitely check it out. But otherwise, it is time to get into step 2, which is making our fall winter mood board. So let's go. It is August, so it is still very much summer, but I do need to get into the fall winter mindset to do this mood board. And let's be honest, there's only one way to do that: by watching Gilmore Girls. I have to watch this when David isn't home because he says they talk too fast and it gives him anxiety. And David is like the least anxious person I know, so I know that really means something. And a lot of the dialogue in this is really unnatural, but that doesn't mean it's not entertaining. Oh. I don't really understand what season this outfit is for. I'm weirdly into it. Are these Birkenstock clog things like really back in style? I wore these in middle school. Like, there they are. Again, triple again. And 13-year-old Morgan should have just kept her clogs for another 14 years. Would have saved myself like 50 bucks. I don't know how much they cost. It's probably more than that, isn't it? I'm gonna find them secondhand. I just also want to say that this process does not have to be completed in a day. In fact, it probably won't. Like, I showed you the abridged version of my closet audit. There are several minutes that you did not see. Several minutes that added up into hours, that added up into half a day. So just know that it takes time, and set aside a couple days or a couple afternoons to go through the process so that you don't feel rushed or overwhelmed. Like, honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna get this all done today because I have 2.5 hours until David gets home and infiltrates the bedroom to play video games and yell expletives at the television. And I also have to make dinner tonight because I'm a repressed housewife. That's a lie. We switch making dinner every week, and it's my week. It's an equal share of responsibility and power in this household. Unless it's washing the sheets, then that's pretty much all me. And cleaning the tub. But you know what? David does all the vacuuming, so it balances out. Okay, here is the mood board I'm working with. I went with mainly warm colors, a little bit of black and white sprinkled in, a little bit of denim. Now I'm gonna save this on my phone in my Notion so that I can always reference it whenever I'm shopping. But before I actually start shopping and identify what's on my wish list, I'm gonna try to make some of these outfits out of the clothes that are already in my closet so that we're not buying things we don't need, we're not buying duplicates, we're not being redundant. Those are all things we don't have time for or money for.
Look at this guy taking his afternoon nap. Oh, big stretch. What are you doing, pal? I'm gonna sit right here while I finish this video.
I think that's a yes. Okay, so it is several days later. Like I said, this process will probably take you more than a day. Where I left off was making the outfits on my mood board from what was already in my closet, and I made a bunch of them. And I actually did something a little bit different this time, where I took pictures of the outfits that I really liked, and now I'm kind of cataloging them in my Notion by season and occasion, so that when I have a day where I feel like I have nothing to wear, or I just don't know what to wear, or my closet is just too messy for me to find something to wear, which is more often than I'd like to admit, I can go into my Notion, look at the season, look at the occasion, and immediately get some inspo. Yes, Goose, I know you need pets, buddy. Okay. But now the final step in the process is to identify the gaps and make my wish list. So basically the things that are left on my mood board that I wasn't able to find in my closet, those are the things that are going on my wish list. And now my vision board looks a little bit different than the last time you saw it, which I recognize was technically like 5 seconds ago, but it was in real time about 2 weeks ago. And in that time, a few things came up on my Pinterest For You page that I was like, that needs to go on the mood board. So we made some tweaks and I will show it to you on the screen now and we'll talk through what I added to my wish list. So I added a black and white striped sweater. It's something that I really wanted last year and I didn't get. I have a lot of black and white striped tops, but nothing that's a little more oversized, nothing that's a true sweater. So I think that's a good basic staple piece to have in my closet. I also added a pair of casual clogs. They may be Birkenstocks, they may not be. We'll see what the universe gives to us. I also want to get a knee-high boot and then a good chunky cable knit sweater. And then I also have a patterned sweater on there. I think that'd be another good addition because most of the sweaters I have, most of the clothing I have in general has no pattern to it. Then I also had a couple plaid coats on my mood board, so I definitely want to find one of those this year. I also put a nicer quarter zip on there. I have some more sporty casual quarter zips, but having a nice one I think would be a very good staple item to have. And then flared jeans. I have been wanting flared jeans since last year. I saw a lot of outfits that I liked with that style of jean, but I never pulled the trigger. And I also added overalls for something a little more casual, and finally a light brown plaid skirt. I do already have a couple plaid skirts, so that's not super high on the list, but I do really love wearing skirts, and so I think having another one in rotation could be a good idea. And so all that stuff I just talked about, I added to my wish list in Notion. I put it in order of priority, and then I also forced myself to write down my use cases for each piece, because sometimes I'll think that I want something, and then when I actually think about what I would use it for, I realize it's really not something I need at all. For instance, sometimes I'll see an outfit and I think it would be a great work outfit, but I barely go into the office anymore, so really how many work outfits do I need? It seems a little silly to write it down, but I think it's a good self-reflection practice to make sure you are actually putting things on the list that are going to end up getting used. But anyways, now that my list is ready, it is time to go out into the world and find those pieces, aka shop. Now when it comes to shopping, I'm a thrifter, secondhand first, all the way. There are some things that I might buy new, like jeans or something I usually buy new because they're kind of hard to find in general, let alone in the Thrifterverse. But regardless, I will look for everything secondhand first, usually online. Online thrifting is actually my preferred way of thrifting because I can do it from my couch. It's a lot easier to search for specific things that you need. There's a much wider selection. The list goes on, but I actually made a video of all my online thrifting tips, so if that's something that you want to get into or just learn how to be better at, definitely go check out that video. But yeah, that'll be the final step in the process. I think I said the last step was the final step in the process, but this is the final step. So I'll start by looking for things on Depop and Poshmark. Most things I'm usually able to find secondhand, so I'm hoping that luck will continue with this round of wish list. But it'll be a few weeks, maybe a couple months before we really know. So we are pretty much at the end of this video. Like I said, I'm gonna start thrifting. If you guys want to see what I end up getting over the next few weeks, please let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do some sort of thrift haul, try on haul, etc. thing, extravaganza, if that's something that you guys would like, so let me know. But otherwise, that is the end of my reset process. I hope that you found this somewhat helpful, somewhat entertaining at the very least, and I hope it helps you as you try to build a more age-appropriate or more cohesive or whatever it is wardrobe that you are on the journey to create. I hope that sentence made sense. But yeah, if you found this time that we just spent together to be valuable, I'd love if you could give this video a thumbs up and maybe subscribe as well, so that you don't miss any future videos. And I will see you next Friday. Bye.